First chapter, 7th verse. For God did not give us a spirit of cowardice, but rather a spirit of power and love and self-discipline. Again, our word this morning is brave, and our affirmation, through the power of God within me, I am brave. And since that resonated with several of us, let's say that affirmation together. Through the power of God within me, I am brave. Let's say those last three words again.
I am brave.
And so it is. Next Sunday, September 21st, Dr. Nancy Little will be back with us, and her talk will be In the Quiet Whispers of Wisdom. The changing seasons provide us an opportunity to slow down and listen. Spirit's wisdom doesn't shout. It comes in quiet whispers. Join Dr. Nancy Little as she shares how we can quiet the noise around us, listen deeply within, and follow Spirit's gentle guidance towards clarity, courage, and purpose. Next up, to make some announcements, our lovely Becky Rickey.
Hello, there I am. Hello. Well, I'm up here to do a couple of things. One is to tell you about how well World Day of Prayer went last week. We had a great service last Sunday. We installed our prayer chaplains, and we had 23 people here Wednesday night to watch the opening ceremonies with Dr. Tracy Brown. We gave away some of her books, which was very exciting. And then on Thursday, we had 26 people at our day-long vigil. And so we're just prayed up around here, and knowing that that event in the life of Unity Movement and the world was very important and continues to reverberate today. So thank you for all of you who participated. The second thing is North Texas Giving Day is this coming week. And we are not a North Texas Giving Day member, or what do you call it? That one, yes. However, we are working on getting on that, into that list for next year. And you know, this week is a great week to remember us as well. And many of you probably got an email from the board chair this week about that, and we appreciate always any and all contributions. And so that's just my reminder to you that just think about us this week as you're giving to the organizations that really mean a lot to you, like Theater Arlington. Okay, I couldn't not give the plug, okay, because he's looking at me staring a hole in my back. So anyway, those were my announcements, and I'll turn it back over to Steve. Thank you.
We are very excited that we are bringing back our wonderful pet blessings. So on October the 11th, we all are very excited. Seemed for a minute that only two of you were happy about it. I know more of us have pets. So our Sacred Paws Pet Blessing will be October 11th from 10 o'clock until noon. We will provide individual blessings for all animals, for dogs and cats, of course, because that's pretty easy. But any special critter that you would like to receive a blessing, bring them on up here. If it's an animal that is difficult to transport, you can just bring a picture or an item of theirs. A photograph works. We'll happily bless them. Please have your pets appropriately on a leash or in a crate or a container, especially if they don't get along well with other pets or other people. We're thrilled as well that Arlington Animal Services are going to be on site with a pet adoption van and some great dogs that are going to be available for adoption. So please tell some folks, if you know that they are looking for pets, that they can come here and do that. And those of you that didn't get excited about Pet Blessing because you don't have one, we will provide one for you to take, and it will be blessed and ready to go. We'll be having a bunch of fun, music, popcorn, drinks, snacks, and other surprises. We look forward to having a really great time together. You do not have to register your pet. You don't have to tell anyone, just show up. If you would like to assist or volunteer, help with the pet blessing, because we do need a lot of people, please contact our volunteer coordinator, Tana Monaco, at tana.monaco@gmail.com, or she's just right back there. You can talk to her before you leave. We'll need help setting up and taking down and monitoring pets and doing things. So the more of you that can help, it'll make it more successful. I will say, if you've not been to one, they're great fun. And we always have somebody driving by stop. And so it'll be good. The more of us that are there making noise and hooping and hollering with our animals will get more attention for more people to stop by and see what's happening. And many times they've gone and gotten their animals and brought them back. So join us. We look forward to seeing you and your pets for the Sacred Paws Pet Blessing. At this time, I would like to ask our prayer chaplain to come forward. No, am I skipping something? You have a what? Oh, come on.
Would Mary Ortiz and Teresa Riggs come forward, please? Many of you that were here last week will recall that we installed our prayer chaplains, and Mary Ortiz is also a prayer chaplain, and we wanted to make sure that she received the proper acknowledgement today. So, Mary, I'm going to ask you, I'm just going to let people know that, Mary, you have agreed to put this commitment into action by serving as a prayer chaplain for a 1-year term, making telephone contact with those assigned to you on a monthly basis, communicating with prayer chaplain co-leaders and staff on a regular basis, attending all meetings and annual training sessions as necessary, and being punctual and actively participate in all discussions. She does that. Okay. And in awareness of the activity of the Holy Spirit, which has led you to this moment of commitment, I invite you to your heart space, and if your heart says yes, I ask that you respond with the words, I am. Are you willing to accept this commitment and dedication? Are you willing to remember to open a space for God no matter what? Are you willing to do your best to stay prayed up? Are you willing to support the other members of the prayer chaplain team? Are you willing to practice self-care? So, I'd like to just quote from Myrtle. She says, as you learn to see the fullness of God's life and love and power and substance in others, you will know that you need not pour out yourself for them. You will have the knowledge and the light to call their attention to what they have and to prompt them to use it. And so, beloved ones, you will create a space filled with compassion and love for everyone seeking it. And so I thank you, I thank you, I thank you.
Teresa, stay. And now we'll have our prayer chaplain, Teresa Riggs, light our Christ candle. We also want to acknowledge Marion Tudor, who is the keeper of the flame today. We light the Christ candle each week as a reminder of the Christ light that Christ's presence that was in each and every one of us. This is your reminder that you are the light of the world. You are meant to shine. Teresa will be stationed at the front of the sanctuary after the service to offer one-on-one prayer support. Please know that anything that you share with a prayer chaplain is confidential. Our prayer chaplains would love to pray with you. They are here to serve. If you have a prayer request, you can also go online, unityarlington.org, click on the prayer request button and fill that out. If you're here, you can fill out a prayer request slip. There is a side for gratitude and requests. Place that in our chest. Any of those ways, our prayer chaplains are going to pray for you for 30 days, and then they will send your request on to Silent Unity for an additional 30 days of prayer. So if you would like some, please take advantage of that. And now, because we do believe that prayer is important, join me in saying our community prayer. Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good. At this time, our song leaders are going to come back and do our special music, telling us all about the circle of life.
From the day we arrived on the planet and blinking stepped into the sun,
there's more to see that can never be seen, more to do that can never be done.
There's far too much to take in here,
More to find than can never be found.
and the sun rolling high through the sapphire sky
keeps great and small on the endless round. It's the circle of life, and it moves us all through despair and hope, through faith and love, till we find our place on the path unwinding in the circle of life.
Some of us fall by the wayside, and some of us soar to the stars.
And some of us sail through our troubles, and some have to live with the scars.
Some say eat or be eaten, some say live and let live.
But all are agreed as they join the stampede, you should never take more than you give. It's the circle of life, and it moves us all through despair and hope,
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Reverend Lari.
You know, those animals, they were given this inherent intelligence to know what to do, when to do it, how to do it, where to do it. What if they had a choice like we did? Can you imagine lions? Hey, there's a herd coming. You want to go hunt? Oh, I don't know. I'm not really hungry. We had a late breakfast. I don't know. No. You know, they know what to do. They know how. There's no question. You know, the acorn knows when to become a tree, and it knows that it doesn't do it overnight. It just, everything has sequence and a rhythm to it. And there's no questioning of why is this taking so long? But we were given that power of choice. And so when, you know, we know that there's divine order. There's divine timing. But we think we could do it better than God. Isn't that crazy? You know, how do you think you could do it any better than this that made us? We were created with all that imagination, with all that instinct, with all that power and bravery that the animals have. So why do we think we can do it better when we want to do it our way? That's the ego that says, I'm in a hurry. I want this now.
And you know, there's this whole thing that says what you resist persists. And when I'm not seeing it, I'm not seeing it, I'm not seeing it, I keep looking at what I'm not seeing, and it's not happening because there's divine timing. When I get out of the way and I allow life to flow through me, it's going to show up. And that's so simple. But we make it so hard, don't we? We suffer because we're attached to how it should look. And we think we know how to do it better. We do not. We do not know how to do it better. You know better than you all know this. And I'm telling you what you already know, and you instinctively know it, and you're going to go out of here saying, that's right, I know that, I'm going to remember it, and tomorrow you'll go, why isn't that working? I need to fix it. You know, we sing, I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. And I do. I wake up, my mind is stayed on spirit. And then I go outside and I get on the freeway and spirit just goes away, right? So it's so simple. I mean, it's so easy for us to fall out. But it's really easy for us to stay in when we continue to keep our mind stayed on spirit. And we listen to this that tells us we have this inner GPS that will not fail. It never fails you. Unlike Google Maps, but it will. Sometimes they fail you, right? It won't if we will listen, and we have to. How can you hear it when you're babbling all the time? You have to be quiet, be still, and listen. So there's this rhythm in life. Now, I happened to open my iPad this morning. Oh, let me look at YouTube and see if there's something inspiring that I need to say this morning. Divine timing was the name of the speech by Wayne Dyer. Divine timing. And everything he said was, you know, I had that in my notes. I think we're on the same page, Dwayne. And then I thought, you know, I should just bring my iPad, tune it in, and we listen to Wayne, and you don't have to hear me. But it's the same thing. There's this divine timing. And I think of the metaphor of being, we're all instrument players in an orchestra. We all have our own instrument, and we all have our piece of music to play. But if you don't follow the conductor, and you go off on your own and do your own little thing, there's now no beautiful music. You're out of harmony. The rhythm is broken because you did it your way. When that conductor that conducts our life has it already, I mean, it's right there in front of you. Just follow the music. Do what's in front of you to do. And allow it to come through you. we get upset with stagnation. When things aren't happening, we get very upset. And Wayne said, stagnation is actually just a time of transformation. It's going to happen when you're ready spiritually. When you're ready spiritually. When you are open to what is yours to receive, it will come to you. But when you're resisting it and you're not allowing it to come through, it can't. That's just the way life flows. You know, it's like the river flowing. The river doesn't go rushing along and go, oops, I don't know where to go. You know, where do I? No, there's a place to go. If there's a rock there, I'll go around it. You know, I'm going to go, and I'm not going to hurry, although sometimes it does. But I'm going to get to my destination. And we need to be like the river. We need to follow nature and allow life to flow through us. When it's time for something to happen, it will happen. And we call that synchronicity or serendipity or something. You know, things just, some people say, no, it was just luck. It was just luck. No. No such thing as luck. It's all in sequence. It happens when it's supposed to happen. So I have a personal experience. One of my best friends from Oklahoma City, Linda, came to visit me a couple weeks ago. And we pulled into my driveway, and my husband's car is sitting there. Now, my husband is no longer allowed to drive. And we've had a big fight about that. You know, my wife won't let me drive. Well, honey, you can't. You know, you just can't do it anymore. That's my car. Don't get rid of my car. Mike had kind of come around to, I'm not driving anymore. So he was letting go of that car in his own way. So we pull into the driveway, and Linda said, it's my car. And I said, yeah, you want to buy it? She said, well, I've been thinking about buying a new car. My car is, 2009. It's got 140,000 miles on it. I've really been thinking about buying a new car. Oh. I said, well, you want to look at it? Well. So we go in, and she says, Mike, would you consider letting me buy your car? He says, yeah, I will. So she drives it. It looks pretty nice. Let's think about it. What are you going to charge for it? Blah, blah, blah. She goes back to Oklahoma City. I look up the Blue Book, and it says about $13,000 would be the high for this car. And I thought, well, I don't know if she can pay that much, but, I want that car to go away, and I would love for her to have it. So I think I would settle for $10,000. She calls me and says, so what do you think? And I said, well, she said, I can afford about $10,000. And I said, that's perfect, that's what I get, and I'm getting the same message, And she said, I can pay you so much per month until I sell my car, and then I can pay most of it off as we go. It was just the perfect timing, because she had kind of put that thought in, I probably should get a new car. And I put the thought in, I need to get rid of this car. And it came together in the perfect way and the perfect time. So we met her yesterday in Gainesville, partway, and gave her the car. And she told her mechanic she was buying this car, and he said, well, let me see it. And she said, well, it's in Fort Worth. You can't see it. Bring it up here, we'll see what, So she's delighted. She has a new car. Everything worked out fine. Those things happen. Now, when we go through life and things happen that you don't like, my knee went out on me. My beautiful granddaughter is here from Germany, spending 2 weeks with me, and it's about the second day she's here, my knee goes out, and I'm limping all around. She's here to help me. She came, she's spoiling me. But I thought, I think the knee went out because my inner message was saying, you need to slow down. Does that happen to you? When we become ill or something, usually it's a sign. You need to stop. You need to slow down. And each time something like that goes on in my life, with illness or whatever, I think, don't you know? If you would be still a little bit longer, you wouldn't have to endure these things. But I'm human, and so I get to experience them that way. So I'm knowing that, as listening to Wayne Dyer, that in those times when things aren't happening like you want them to, you just sit back and wait and trust. You have to trust. You have to be brave. You have to have faith in what you cannot see. And we're so used to, I want to see it, I want to see it. No. When you're ready, when you're really open and you're not resisting anymore, that will show up. And life flows. How easy it would be to live like that all the time. Wouldn't that be great? If you could just always rely on Spirit, God, whatever you call it, to bring forth you're the best and highest good. I use a Louise Hay meditation or affirmation in the morning. I think I've told you before. Everything that happens to me today is for my highest and best good. And out of every experience I have, only good comes to me. I am safe, I am protected, and I am loved. Amen. And you know, and I remember to do it just about every day. Sometimes I forget. But then I go forth and say, there. I made a declaration. Now, just let it happen. And then I go back being human and think, how am I going to get this done? And each time I get into worry, I'm a little quicker to remember, you don't have to worry. You know, there's a way. If there's an idea that you can see something going on, if there's an idea, there's a way for that to happen. And it will happen in the perfect way, in the perfect time. Because there is divine order, there is divine timing. There are no accidents. Everything happens for a reason. And that's the part that I don't like at all. Why the hell is that happening? You know, why would that happen? Why would this or that happen? Why did that person have to die? I don't know, but there's a reason for it. And somehow, some way, you're going to see the good that comes out of it. Good comes out of everything. And that one is a hard one to do. You know, I tell people that, you're crazy. No, I know it does, and it may take a while for it to come out. But if you'll just be still and be quiet and wait and watch, it will come. It will come in the right time, in the right way. Just get out of the way. Stop resisting it. You've been given that time. You've been given the power. You've been given your break. You've been given everything that God could create. You know, I mean, God created whatever that is, light and darkness. And when there's darkness, it's time for something to be building and growing. So you don't have to live in the darkness. There will be light, you know. Has anybody seen a day not appear when you went to bed the next night? You know, day always shows up. So if you can just, again, go back to the circle of life, go back to relating to what nature shows us to do, and emulate it, and be the lion, and just wait for food to show up. Well, that doesn't work too well. So you do have to cook down then, okay? But know that you have enough to buy the food, right? And when you're feeling limited and you're staring at that checkbook it's not in the right color, it's kind of red, just know, if you just keep looking at that bottom line that says you don't have enough, you don't have enough, you don't have enough, yeah, what does the universe do? You don't have enough. So we have to look at what we cannot see and believe in it and trust it and have the faith in the unseen. That's the bottom line. That's what we tell you, anybody that gets up here and yaks at you. It tells you the same thing every week, right? You're saying, yeah, I know that, I know that, I know that, I know that. But we have to be told, and we have to be reminded, and then we have to do our own work. I have a flaw, well, many, but one big flaw is that I'm a fixer. I think I can fix things for you. You know, when you're having a problem or something, I think I can fix it for you. And I really know that I can't. You know, you're the only one that can do it. I can encourage you, and I can love you. I can love you through it no matter what. But I can't fix you. I'm having enough trouble fixing myself. You know, but that's where it begins. You know, let there be peace on earth. Let it begin with me. So begin with yourself and begin to, you know, keep doing that spiritual practice. Wake up with your mind on spirit and keep it there. Love your neighbor. You know, see yourself. When you go to the store, you see a clerk. Somebody's having a bad day. Give them some light. You know, beautiful shirt you're wearing. You know, do something to make the world better. And it's easy. It really is easy. Just get out of the way and allow it to flow. There is divine order. There is divine timing. And we just have to sit back and allow it to flow through us. That's all we have to do. Yeah, easy to say, isn't it? But let's do it together and make this world a better place. So let's pray. I invite you to close your eyes if that's comfortable and just be still a moment and allow this that we call God to be sitting at the very center of your being, because that's who you are. Becky told us to say we are the light of the world, and we are. So I let my words be your words as I speak my truth. That I am a beautiful expression of the One. And I have come to live life, to share joy, to be the expression of love, and to know that back of all appearances is light and love and joy and harmony and peace. No matter what the newspapers say, that the TV tells me, that's not the truth. The truth is we are all one, and there is a circle of life, and we are a part of that circle. I am a part of that circle. I'm important, or I wouldn't be here. And so I honor my life, and I love my Father as myself. I love my neighbor as myself. For love is the healing presence and power on this earth. And each one of us has the opportunity to be that light. And so I recognize I am the light of the world. And I do not hide my bushel under a basket. I do not hide my light under a basket. I am that I am. The Father and I are one. The Master taught me this. And I believe it. And I feel it, and I express it wherever I am. How grateful I am to know this truth, to know that life is good, and that I'm a part of it, and that I have responsibility to show up as a representation of the One. So it is with great thanks that I can just let this be. Know that truth will out. Know that there is divine order, divine timing, and I allow it to move through me and my life. And I give thanks for the good that comes through me and as me. So with gratitude, I let it be. I let it go, and so it is. And we can be so blessed. Let's sing. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Rev Larry. We are so blessed. And now is the time when we get to give of our spiritual gifts and bless them for our spiritual family here at Unity of Arlington. And we do this so that we can have these services and provide all the wonderful things we do here, and to pursue our mission, which is together we empower people to live thriving spiritual lives. And so if you want to give this morning, we've made it very easy for you. We have a basket in the foyer. We have a square in the back. Yes, Catherine is the square. And you can use a card or debit card back there. You can use the Tithely app, or you can just send a good old-fashioned check to 3525 South Bowen Road, Arlington, 76016. And we will be happy with any of those things. And so before we do that, we're going to ask our lovely, lovely soloist to come up. And Lois, thank you. And let's say our offertory prayer together. Together. So please, if you'd like to get up during the song, feel free to get up and make your donation. And now, Lois, thank you.
You think you own whatever land you land on. The earth is just a dead thing you can claim. But I know every rock and tree and creature has a life, has a spirit, has a name. You think the only people who are people are the people who look and think like you. But if you walk the footsteps of a stranger, you'll learn things you never knew. Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon, or asked the grinning bobcat why he grinned? Can you sing with all the voices of the mountain? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Come run the hidden pine trails of the forest. Come taste the sun-sweet berries of the earth. Come roll in all the riches all around you, and for once never wonder what they're worth. The rainstorm and the river are my brothers. The heron and the otter are my friends, and we are all connected to each other in a circle, in a hoop that never ends. How high does the sycamore grow? If you cut it down, you'll never know. And you'll never hear the wolf cry to the blue corn moon, for whether we are white or copper-skinned, we need to sing with all the voices of the mountain. We need to paint with all the colors of the wind. You can own the earth until all you'll own is earth, until you can paint with all the colors of the wind.
extraordinary blessing. Together, we accept these gifts with gratitude. We bless the gifts and the givers. We share them with joy. We use them with wisdom. We are blessed, grateful, and prosperous, and so it is. Amen. And now, as our youth come back in, let us have our singers come forward again, and all of us will sing "This Big Light of Mine" to remind our youth and ourselves to shine.
You should sing that. This big light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This big light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This big light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
All right, tell us about what you shiny people did today.
Hi, everyone. So today we read our second unity principle, which is, I am naturally good because God's divinity is in me and in everyone.
Now please join me in saying our community prayer. We are here to shine as the light of God. I am the light of God. We are here to embrace as the love of God. I am the love of God. We are here to stand in truth as the power of God. I am the power of God. We are here to radiate as the presence of God. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is, and so it is.
Please stand and join us in singing our closing song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God our Creator, we are family. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you the music team, Lois. Thank you Larry, as always, the tech team, the greeters, the coffee people, all of the coffee people. Thank everybody. Let us say our affirmation together one more time to remember this is important this week. Together. Through the power of God within me, I am